I am Jesus, and I am here with you right now, closer than the air that fills your lungs, closer than the sound of your own heartbeat. I do not arrive with thunder that frightens you, or with language that leaves you feeling small. I come the way dawn comes quietly, without announcing itself, just light where there was none. I come the way a faithful friend stands at a door that has been shut for a long time, not knocking loudly, not demanding entry, just standing there, still there, always there. You may have thought no one was standing at that door anymore. You may have convinced yourself that the silence meant absence, but I have never left the threshold of your life. Not once, not for a single breath. I want you to feel safe right now. Let that settle before you read another word. You are safe in this moment, and I am the one holding that safety. It is finished. 11 minutes ago, the thing that has been pressing against your chest, like something you could not name, finally broke. The weight you carried into this day, the one that made mornings feel like a task before you even stood up. That weight has been lifted. You did not imagine the shift. You felt something change and then immediately questioned it, because pain has a way of teaching you to distrust good things before they arrive. But I am telling you with full certainty that the tide has turned. The voice that used to fill the room of your mind with noise is losing its signal. The door that seemed permanently closed has begun to move at the frame. The pen that fear used to write across your thoughts every single day has finally run dry. It is finished 11 minutes ago, and you are walking into a stretch of hours that will not feel like the ones behind you. I have seen the battles you fought without anyone watching. I watched the version of you that walked into difficult rooms wearing a face that said everything is fine, when everything was not fine. I counted the nights you lay in the dark talking yourself into tomorrow, not because you had hope, but because giving up felt like too much effort and surviving felt like the only gear you had left. I heard the things people said to you. I heard the things you said to yourself when no one else was listening. I have been present for all of it. I sat beside you on the long drives home when the silence in the car felt heavier than any conversation. I stood in the hallway outside the room where you went to cry alone, where you told yourself to hold it together one more time. I was there every single time. I was keeping you in moments when you did not know there was anything to be kept from. Take a breath with me right now, slowly. Let it go all the way out. You are not behind. You are not running late on a timeline that I wrote for someone else. I know you carry the belief that you should be further along by now, that certain things should be resolved, that certain feelings should be behind you, and the weight of that belief has been bending your head for a long time. Lift your head. I do not evaluate you with the hard measuring stick of shame. I measure you with mercy. Mercy is not a threshold you fall below. It is a current that keeps finding you no matter where you land. I am not tired of your slow pace. I am moved by the fact that you keep moving at all. That reaching, even when your arms are tired, is an act of worship, and I receive it. It is finished for the lie that said you were going to end up alone. You are not alone, and you are not going to be. I am already setting things in motion around you. I am sending people toward you whose words carry life instead of confusion, whose presence adds instead of drains. I am releasing the kind of help that does not come with conditions attached. You do not need to get yourself to a certain place before you are eligible for that help. You do not need to be further along or more put together or more deserving. I am your worth. Let me start to teach you what it feels like to receive good things without bracing for them to be taken back. Let me show you how to lean without feeling ashamed of leaning. Let me show you how to believe that love is not always a trap waiting to close. I know that trust right now feels like stepping out onto water in the middle of a windstorm. Give me your hand. You will not go under if you are holding mine. It is finished for the story that kept replaying on the inside, the memory that used to ambush you at quiet moments, the one that would arrive uninvited while you were washing dishes or trying to fall asleep. That memory is losing its authority over you. I am not going to rush through the tender parts of what happened to you. I am touching those places with something that does not bruise and does not hurry. I am not asking you to perform healing before it is real. I am giving you a way to carry your story without your story being the only thing that carries you. I want to give you language that severs the cord. Forgiven, clean chosen, new. Let those words sit in your mouth until they stop feeling strange. Say them in the morning when the mirror challenges you. Say them when the old narrative tries to start playing again. You are not everything that was done to you. You are not everything you did in response. You are mine. If this is landing somewhere real inside you, I want you to leave a word in the comments. Not because I need a record of it, but because speaking out what you believe has a way of making it more real to the part of you that still doubts. Write something simple. Write that you received this, that one small act has more weight than it looks. I know about the betrayal that left a scar in a place you do not easily let people near. I know about the promise that shattered in your hands and made you look at me with questions you were afraid to ask out loud because you thought the questions themselves were evidence of something broken in you. You can ask those questions. I am not going to flinch at your honest pain. I prefer your real questions to the practiced silence you have been offering instead. You do not need to hide the grief that is still present. You do not need to pretend that you are over things you are not over. Bring all of it. Set it down right here. I am steady enough to hold your grief and your hope in the same hands at the same time without dropping either one. I am not going to rush you to a resolution you have not reached yet. But hear me on this one thing. I am not taking you back to what I have already walked you out of. Do not rebuild the entrance to the place I closed. I know the hallway on the other side of that closed door feels uncertain and long and dark, but trust the hallway. I am already at the end of it. I am already there, and I am facing you, and I am telling you to keep walking. I am doing repair work in your mind. I am going into the places where fear has made a home and removing what does not belong. I am lifting the heaviness that turned ordinary decisions into things that felt like cliffs. I am calming the internal weather that started up in your body before you even got out of bed. The kind of anxiety that had no single cause but spread through everything. Put a hand on your chest right now, breathe. You are not a disaster waiting to unfold. I am holding the wheel through the stretches of road that scared you, through the narrow parts and the dark parts. When the feeling of panic rises, say my name, not as a formula. As a way home, whisper it in the kitchen. Say it in the car. Say it lying in the dark. My name is a hand on your shoulder. It is the light left on so you know someone is there when you arrive. I am also speaking to your body. I know about the fatigue that does not make sense given how much you sleep. I know about the tightness that lives in your chest and the aches that seem to carry old stress the way wood carries old rings. I built you once and I am not finished with the work of making you whole. Do not come to an agreement with the voice that says this is simply how it will be from now on, that this is just your body now. Come into agreement with me instead. Talk to me about the sleep and the appointments and the fears that are attached to certain symptoms. I will walk you through things in small steps that build into something new. I will teach you how to honor your limits without becoming a prisoner to them. You are not weak because you need rest. I rested. Rest with me, not as someone running away from something, but as someone who trusts that it is safe to stop. Now hear me carefully. Do not go back. Do not return to the relationship that I asked you to step away from. Do not return to the habit that numbed you but never once healed you. Do not go back to the words, the patterns, the environments where your peace was always the price you paid for entry. I am not asking you to be unkind about any of this. I am asking you to be faithful to the freedom that was purchased for you at a price you did not pay and cannot repay. Kindness is not the same as agreeing to what is harming you. Love is not the same as letting something that once had control over you move back in. Move forward, even if your legs are unsteady while you do it. Unsteady steps forward still count as moving forward when you are walking with me. Be careful with your words in this new stretch of time. Words build the rooms you live in. I want you living in rooms built out of hope, and not out of the stories that fear keeps telling. Speak slowly. Speak with more intention than before. Speak life over your work and over the people you love and over your own future. Stop agreeing out loud with the narrative that says you are always behind, always, almost always close, but never quite there. That narrative is old. Let it exhaust itself. Stop feeding it. Feed instead on the promises I have already made. They are not fragile. They will hold your full weight without breaking. Stay in conversation with me. I am not tracking the length of your prayers or their poetry. I am listening for the sound of your heart underneath the words. If setting aside a time helps you, do that. But do not make prayer into a cage of obligation. Make it a garden. Something you walk through in the morning and in the evening, something that changes with the seasons, something you tend without it being a performance. Tell me what frightens you before your fear gets the chance to tell you who you are. Thank me for small things. The water that tasted right, the moment of unexpected stillness, the call that came at exactly the right time. Gratitude is not pretending things are fine when they are not. Gratitude is noticing the door in a wall that looked solid and walking through it. I know this word about forgiveness is not easy. You have told yourself that forgiving means releasing the other person from what they did while you keep holding the damage. That is not what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is me reaching into your hand and taking the bill that has your name on it, the one that was never yours to pay, and writing paid across it with something more permanent than ink. Forgiveness is me cutting the cord that tied your peace to their choices. You do not need to feel ready to begin. You only need to agree with me that carrying this is not your assignment anymore. If you have to hand it over 10 times in a single day, hand it over 10 times. I will keep receiving it every time. Forgiveness is not a fragile thing. It is one of the strongest structures I know, and I will walk across it beside you. I am sending clarity. The fog that settled over your mornings will not be a permanent fixture. The knot in your stomach, that used to be the first thing you felt when you woke up, will not be your constant companion much longer. I am teaching you to hear the difference between my voice and the old alarm system that got installed in you by hard years. My voice will not mock you. It will not rush you or make you feel ashamed. It will not tempt you toward hiding. My voice will lift your face gently and show you the next right step. Not the whole map, just the next right step. Take it. I am already in it. I will meet you there the way sunlight meets a window, not asking permission, just filling the space. Watch for the signs I will be leaving in ordinary places. A message that finds you at exactly the moment you needed it. Not because of timing, but because of care. A warmth in your chest while you are doing something completely unremarkable, and you will know without needing anyone to explain it that I am near. A door that opens after you have been pressing on it for what felt like too long, opening now with almost no resistance. Do not call these accidents. Do not file them under luck. They are fingerprints. They are how I remind you that I am not only near but actively involved in the details. Do not look down at small beginnings. Do not turn away from what looks like only a seed because it does not yet look like a tree. The seed knows exactly what it is designed to become, and it does not rush itself. Be like that in me. Do the ordinary thing in front of you with care. Reply to the message with grace. Tell the truth when performing would be easier. These ordinary acts turn the soil of your days. You are not waiting for real life to begin. You are already living it with me. I am in your home. I am in the details of the space you move through, the hallway and the kitchen and the quiet place where you sit at the end of the day. Invite me into the tone of your voice when you are tired. Invite me into the things you choose to listen to and what you let fill your mind in the background. Choose peace with the small choices. You do not need to win every argument that comes your way. Many conflicts end when one person chooses gentleness and means it. Choose it. Gentleness is not weakness pretending to be strength. It is strength that knows exactly where it comes from. I am where it comes from. I am your source. I am working on the relationships in your life. I am mending the ones that are meant to stay and releasing you from the ones that are not. You will not need to twist yourself into shapes that hurt your soul in order to keep a place at tables I never meant for you to stay at. I have a table for you. It is set for this season. Courage for new doors, humility for what you do not yet know, joy for connections that are on their way. Eat what is in front of you with gratitude and stop measuring your portion against what belongs to someone on a different path. Comparison steals warmth. Keep what you have warm with praise. If something in this is speaking to the place inside you that needed to hear it today, share this with someone who is in the middle of their own hard season. You do not have to say anything complicated about it. Just pass it along. Sometimes the most important thing we do is simply make sure someone who is struggling knows they are not the only one. I am calling you to speak. Your voice carries weight in this particular stretch of time. You do not need a large audience to be faithful. You need a willingness to open your mouth and a moment in which to do it. Tell the truth about what I have done in your life. Tell it over an ordinary conversation. Write it in a message to someone who needs it. Tell it to your own heart when fear tries to revise your history. The telling of what I have done is a key, and it unlocks things not only in your life but in the lives of people near you. I am breaking the agreement you made with hopelessness in a depleted moment, when you quietly decided this was probably just how things were going to be. Tear that agreement up with me. Say this inside yourself right now. I will not keep agreeing with hopelessness. I will not rehearse failure as though it were my forecast. I will expect good things because I know the one who is good. Practice these words when the first cloud appears. Say them before the storm proves itself or passes. Faith is not denial. Faith is choosing to look at everything through me. Finally, I place my peace on you the way a warm thing settles onto something cold and changes its temperature slowly and completely. Let it work its way through you from the outside in. I place strength in your spine so you can stand without going rigid and bend without breaking. I place joy in your chest, not a loud or fragile thing, but a steady flame. Let it burn in the presence of everything that said you were too much, not enough, forgotten, disqualified. You are none of those things. You are mine. I am not going anywhere. When you wake in the middle of the night, and the room is quiet in that particular way that makes things feel louder on the inside, say my name, and then listen for me in that quiet. I will be there. When morning comes, step into it with me and say simply, "Today I walk with Jesus," and let that be the frame for everything that follows. That is enough. That has always been enough. It is finished, my child. What you have been carrying, what has made simple things feel heavy and heavy things feel impossible, it has already been lifted. You did not see it happen, and so you kept carrying what was no longer yours. But I am telling you now, put it down. Walk differently from this moment. The ground beneath you has already changed. It is no longer the ground of the long, hard season. It is holy ground. It is beginning ground, and I am standing on it with you, facing the same direction. And what is ahead of us is better than everything behind us. Walk with me one step, then the next one. I will be in every single step.